Now, for my next number, I'd like to return to the
classic. Times.
Live straight classic.
Classic. I'm better than I ever been.
I rock him, the fiend of a microphone. Yeah, is y'all ready for 2007? It's now another drought. Everybody's a killer. Wow, we bugging out. Since 86, showing the crowd what I'm about.
I realized that the beauty industry needed a platform like S.T.R.A.N.D. When Susan sent me an Instagram post where a stylist said, let me see, I think it said, dermatologists take care of skin and trichologists take care of the scalp. Okay, sis, I got a patient downstairs right now with a possible melanoma that I need to excise. Is a stylist cutting that out and getting it staged and etc.? Right, it was the most asinine thing I had ever seen, and such a disservice, one, to patients, but two, to, I believe, honestly, to stylists, where it's a partnership. Because as doctors, we partner with other professionals all the time.
How are you? Good. Because I kept asking like different recommendations and stuff. One of the derms told me like one of the weeks I had, she said no. I said, okay. Like she couldn't use it for her clients. I said, all right, no problem.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're excited to introduce our panelists this afternoon for our integrative approach to hair loss and hair thinning. We're going to talk about the approaches that we all take when we're taking care of your clients and our patients.
And so we just completely cut it off, because I feel like if you're going to make something for hair loss, you don't just look and see if it causes, like you actually like literally do research, right? Like what the research she talked about up here and downstairs to see if it causes hair loss.
But the more I got involved, I realized that I don't consider myself a hairstylist. I consider myself a hair care professional. And with that in my mind, I'm always looking to make the client's experience as far as the care of their scalp and hair better, authentic, and give them the facts and not give them something that they think they need. I give them what they want, but versus what is needed. Because we all know without a healthy scalp, we can't have hair. If you lose that follicle, that's it. S.T.R.A.N.D mantra, time equal follicle.
And for those, this is your first time coming to S.T.R.A.N.D, my name is Susan Peterkin, one half of the co-founders. Other half is Dr. Shawn Maxwell, who is not able to be here today, but she trusted Dr. Hope Mitchell to help us to push the program through for the next, today and tomorrow, okay? So S.T.R.A.N.D, stylists, training, researching, and networking with dermatologists.
So I clearly would prefer that my patient sees a stylist that knows how to use that one medication the insurance will cover to get that patient clear, right? There's a gap, and I don't think it can be filled without the collaboration. That's why the collaboration is so incredibly important.
Make the appointment. Definitely, we do braids, twists, blowout, things of that sort. I know you were looking to make sure just in case. And we do lots as well.
If S.T.R.A.N.D was a person, I would describe its personality as having a lot of integrity, honesty, patience, learning how to pivot. Really, a person who's really good at learning how to pivot, a person who understands all aspects of being S.T.R.A.N.D and willing to bend but not break. And I'm getting a little bit emotional at this question.
maybe because I'm describing myself. Who just came in with the client, because the client had a consultation with me. She said, can my stylist come? I was like, yeah, we encourage you, come on, talk to me. You know what I mean? Because I had, for someone like Ratasha, I'm like, oh, she interested in coming, oh, she's going to be S.T.R.A.N.D certified. It's already in my head, because she's there already. You know what I'm just saying? So I can see from that, I could see that you were open. Yeah.
So then we decided that we needed to have some group where dermatologists were providing the information, the education directly to stylists. Once again, we had a brainstorming session, and that's where S.T.R.A.N.D was born. Stylists training, researching, and networking with dermatologists.
We have to take those emotions into consideration, because that's what's going to give them the ease to be able to tell you everything. We get told a whole bunch of stuff. They will have a 45 minutes conversation with Dr. Kendrick and don't tell her half the stuff. And when they come in, they talk to me and say, did you tell her? No. And I said, yeah. And I stop the conversation in there before I forget. And I walk. That's the convenience of being here. And I walk. She might not be available, but she put it in her chart. So it's there the next time. Oh, Susan told me that blah, 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 blah. You understand? That's the connection, right? You guys are probably not going to have the convenience that I have, but still, be in communication.
So for S.T.R.A.N.D, the spark was Susan, because Susan's a visionary. And then Susan and Dr. Kendrick work together every day. So they can bounce this sort of thing off of each other. Dr. Kendrick is the dermatologist of all dermatologists that specializes in hair loss, and Susan is the stylist that specializes in hair loss. And together, that when you have, that's like when you rub two sticks together in the woods and it sparks, what happens? The whole purpose is to build a fire, right? That I could understand the terminology. I never could pronounce it, but then I would just go in the store so that when I would look at the back of a label, I would go like, ew. And I found myself doing that more so than none. So with the emergence of S.T.R.A.N.D, my husband kept saying, what are you gonna do with all this information? And I'm like, I don't know. So he said, we should come up with a system. So they designed a program, a software that took the European standard, okay, that took the American standard, and that took all the ingredients that we know as being toxic, and we created a software.
I don't know if it's one failure. I would say it's a whole concept that was in my head from the moment when I realized that I had hair loss and realized so many of my clients had hair loss, and I couldn't figure out, because I thought that being natural would solve a lot of issues. And when I realized that being natural had nothing to do with losing your hair, I'm like, whoa, I need to go into this deeper. So I realized for years that I was going down the wrong path, but I don't think it's the wrong path. I think that path I was going brought me to S.T.R.A.N.D.
Perhaps by sort of really protecting and delivering good quality ingredients, nectar, pre-procedurally, can prepare the skin for the ablation and then protect it after.
I've always said that this industry, it's my purpose. It's my, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a situation where this industry gave so much that I felt like I was put here to give back. I'm sorry, I'm getting teary.
And then most recently it's been CCCA. We got it under control.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, what about you? I like living type of life. I'm living a blessed life. Something like that. I remember the name of the song, but I love that song because that's one of my motivating songs. No, I like living this kind of life. I'm living a blessed life. I know hair loss can be devastating, but it can also be a blessing. And hair loss has been a blessing to me because my hair loss had pushed me to help other people in the community.